Welcome to this special edition of County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Throughout this year, we have brought you stories that gave information about all that is happening in Montgomery County. Today, we take you on a journey through some of those stories that define 2018. We will begin with local reaction to the mass school shooting that took place in Parkland, Florida. In a show of solidarity, Montgomery County leaders joined forces to send a clear message to Congress. Susan Kennedy reports.
But all issues,
council members, mayors,
this is something that we can prevent.
Police officials,
every one of these events is indeed an assault upon all of humanity.
And students all gathered in Rockville to demand Congress act now in strengthening this nation's gun laws. The event was organized by Councilmember Sidney Katz, who wants to send Congress a collective message.
As a local elected official, I recognize the need to be vocal and let our colleagues know that enough is enough. Can we all say that together, please? Enough is enough.
Maryland has one of the strictest gun laws on the books. However, leaders say it's still not enough to prevent tragedies like the one that occurred in Florida.
Bring about rational gun legislation and set us all free from this constant fear and having to come back here at event after event and just restating that we've had enough.
This latest tragedy forced Councilmember Craig Rice to sit down with his young daughter to talk about what to do in case an active shooter comes into her school. It's a discussion no parent wants to have.
Once you've had that conversation with them, there's no going back. That fear is there. They now know that they're at risk, and they have to live with that every day that they go to school.
County Executive Ike Leggett told the crowd a future of violence in schools that we are seeing today is not something we should be passing on to our young people.
I stand here as a person who is a very strong defender of the Second Amendment. I served in the military. I've had and used guns, but there's no need for anyone who is an avid hunter or someone who needs to go out and target practice to have the kinds of assault weapons that we see that are so readily available for so many people in this country.
But following the Florida tragedy, students have galvanized nationwide to raise their voices for tougher gun laws and a ban on assault rifles. And here in Montgomery County, the student movement is surging.
There's one bright spot out of this disaster in Florida. It's that young people are awake and they are organizing and they're fighting. And if there's one group of people that can bring change, it's not the elected officials standing here today. It's the young people who are walking out of the schools, who are laying on the ground, and who are telling America it's time for change. Thank you.
We're asking to not be shot. We're asking to not learn in fear. We're asking to not be stuck as the mass shooting generation. And let's be clear, my right to live outweighs your right to buy an assault rifle.
I shouldn't have to be afraid every single day. I'm just down the road over there, Richmond Montgomery High School, about being shot dead in my own classroom. That's just ridiculous. And people around the country, particularly students, feel the exact same way. The student movement isn't going anywhere.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
And as part of the activism this year against gun violence, the city of Takoma Park came out in a show of force to take part in a movement called #National School Walkout. Takoma Park City TV spoke to some of those who walked out.
Students asked to have some sort of memorial, some sort of demonstration in terms of at school. And our teachers work with them, the administration work with them, and that was what we had today.
Many of them are young people who've grown up in this community, who I've known since they were babies, and to see them standing up and talking about how we need change and demanding change from our government is very powerful.
My heart goes out to the families and friends of those who were the victims in Florida, but so many other places too, and I think that's the point. This isn't just a isolated incident in Florida. You can just list the incidents by the name of the towns that most of us never thought about before. Now they're symbolic of what's happening, and I just think we have to take stronger legal steps to prevent something like this from happening in the future, to reduce the likelihood that it will happen in the future.
The local government level, I think think the most important thing is for us to support our young people as they take stands and to raise our voices as well. Tonight on the City Council, we're passing a resolution in the support of the young people, and in particular for the March for Our Lives that will happen on March 24th. We are also supporting a number of the bills that are in the Annapolis legislature this session so that we can have greater gun safety in Maryland.
Well, I think as an educator, you're always afraid because one of our biggest responsibilities is really keeping the kids safe. And, I think, when educators have to do so many different things and then these things pop up, I think it really puts it in the front of our brains that, safety is the most important thing.
I'm extremely emotional as I walk with the kids today. The strength in all of these kids to come out adamantly for what they believe in is amazing. I'm just proud to stand with them today and all the kids across the country that are standing up for what they believe in.
The Gilchrist Center has been serving the county's immigrant community for 16 years. And this year, there was the official grand opening and ribbon-cutting ceremony of the Charles Gilchrist Immigrant Resource Center in Wheaton.
We are delighted for the legacy of Charlie Gilchrist, who was the first county executive who really took on the great diversity of Montgomery County. And this center is a reflection of his legacy of leadership and accomplishments over so many years. What it reflects in many ways is Montgomery County is a place of great diversity, inclusion, and we want to make sure that the transition from many of those coming to Montgomery County is very, very smooth and welcoming.
The Gilchrist Center first opened doors in 2001. Last year alone, 9,700 residents were served through volunteer-taught classes, 8,800 through information and referral, and 3,200 residents through programs offered by partner organizations.
My hopes are that the work will continue, and I can see just stepping in the door that it is continuing, and a lot of people are staying on with it. So you've got some old hands and some new ones, and the space looks beautiful. So I still have to tour it to see what all is here, but I'm delighted with it.
The center other locations are in Gaithersburg, Germantown, and East County, providing computer, literacy, citizenship, and English classes. The new headquarters is located in the Westfield South building in the Wheaton Westfield Mall, a few minutes walk from the metro station.
When people are new to our community, we want them to understand that they're welcome and safe, and this center, which is right next to the Wheaton Metro, provides access to a range of information about how to get acclimated to life in Montgomery County, how to get the help you need, and how to interact with local government and with the community.
When we come back, the reopening and renaming of a library attracted hundreds of county residents. And great news this year for economic development. Marriott International broke ground in downtown Bethesda. County Report this week, special edition, returns after this.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Thank you for staying tuned to this special edition of County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and we're showcasing the events that made 2018 such an amazing year. There was a huge turnout for the reopening and renaming of the Connie Morella Library in Bethesda. The name change was to honor Congresswoman Morella, who represented Maryland's 8th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1987 to 2003. The library refresh cost close to $3.2 million.
The library has always been a home. My wonderful parents, who came here as children from Italy, never had the opportunity to even finish elementary school. We had a loving home, but not the books. The library was my source of all information. In fact, I have to say, The library helped raise me. I would walk to and from the library, which was about a little under 2 miles, do my homework there, explore the surroundings, and of course meet and enjoy friends.
This is the second library in 2 weeks that we are reopening. We've just finished, a couple of years ago, the brand new, sprinkling new Silver Spring Library. We're well on the way for the construction of the Wheaton New Library as well. The number of libraries that we've either opened or refreshed has been astounding.
The library is located at 7400 Arlington Road in Bethesda. For more information on the county's library, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/library. This year, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan visited the county on various occasions. Susan Kennedy tells us more about one of those visits.
Governor Larry Hogan was joined by Councilmember Sidney Katz, Rockville Mayor Bridget Newton, and County Executive Ike Leggett for a walking tour of the Stone Street corridor in downtown Rockville.
This is literally 1 block off from 355.
The city would like to make the corridor an arts and culture destination.
If somebody came in from another country, another part of the country, and they just looked at an aerial photograph and said, where would we want to do something? It'd be like right here with Amtrak, with Metro, right in Rockville.
However, Montgomery County Public Schools occupies 11 acres on Stone Street with a textbook depository and storage trailers.
It doesn't look like a lot of activity going on, and somebody said a lot of these trailers have been here for 20 years and they got old books and stuff. I mean, what is the real need to keep this stuff here?
Well, some of
they just trash it all.
Well, it's not a situation where you can just trash everything that's in those trailers. We do use some of those trailers.
But I mean, if it's valuable stuff, it wouldn't be sitting in these trailers.
Officials would like to see MCPS relocate those trailers to make way for a more welcoming, eclectic community, even using the old Lincoln School as a community center.
So look at this old school bell from probably from 1935.
And it's pretty sad to see what is being used here. I mean, this is a couple blocks from Metro, and to have trailers that have been parked in here for many years. I mean, we kept joking, right here is the Heckinger trailer, and Heckinger's has been out of business in this area for decades. So why are we doing it this way? And it's an opportunity for everybody, for Montgomery County Public Schools, for the city of Rockville, for the Montgomery County, and for the state, obviously, that we all come together and figure out a better way to do this.
Governor Hogan took time to listen to community members.
Sounds like you're the one that's getting the whole community involved, huh?
Hopefully. And get his picture taken.
That's where we should be taking a picture, actually.
Yeah, let's do that.
At the entrance of historic Lincoln Park.
And it was very nice that he recognized the historic community of Lincoln Park. I mean, he made certain that he got a picture taken next to the sign. He understood while he was here that this community is a community that has thrived for many generations, but it needs an additional help. And something like this is that additional help.
A lot of people from the community were here to also share their comments.
The governor at the back of that trailer and said that chair probably wasn't in his schoolroom like the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And the process of how the city is going through the Stone Street plan and working to build something that will be an enhancement to the community.
Prior to his stop in Rockville, the governor signed a package of Amazon incentive bills designed to lure the corporation and its H2Q project to Montgomery County, adding even more relevance to his visit to Stone Street.
I think we're in really good position. The county executive and I, we had a great discussion with the Amazon folks, and everybody's pulling in the same direction. It's a fantastic place for Amazon to locate, and we've got everything that they're looking for, and we've put together, I think, the most aggressive incentive package in the country. And it's not done yet. We've done everything possible to make it happen, and we sure are hopeful that we can land those jobs.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
On economic development news, the county kept Marriott International. Groundbreaking of its new $600 million headquarters in downtown Bethesda happened earlier this year. MyMC Media's Doug Tolman spoke to local leaders about the impact of this major project.
Well, this groundbreaking is so exciting because it demonstrates that Montgomery County is keeping pace with the changes that are happening in our economy. For a company like Marriott to relocate in Montgomery County really demonstrates that we have what great global companies are looking for. We didn't lose Marriott. In fact, we are building an entire new downtown here in Bethesda. This is going to be a real strength for Bethesda. What this relocation shows is that what great companies are looking for is a great place for their employees to live. And Montgomery County is the best place to live in the Washington region. So when you bring together the schools and the public transportation and the parks, the lifestyle, the restaurants, all of those things together in one place, that is a place that can attract great companies to be and great workers to live. So we have the recipe for success. We just need to keep investing and building it.
In my opinion, the state nor Montgomery County could have afforded to lose a Marriott leaving the county. So having them in Montgomery County is a reaffirmation of what we've done over the years to ensure great success for some of our businesses. This is a major win for the county. It maintains a large number of jobs, in fact increases the number of jobs. It takes advantage of the infrastructure we have in the Purple Line nearby, the metro system nearby, and it continues the enhancement of Bethesda and Montgomery County. So this is a great win for Montgomery County.
I think this shows that we can be competitive when a corporate headquarters is up for relocation or looking for a place to put employees. We can compete with anybody in the region, anybody in the country.
Well, it was important not to lose it. I mean, I think everybody made the point that it would not be good to lose this large Fortune 500 company. That's why it's important. There's no end on this. This was done because people didn't want to lose the company this size. Mm-hmm. There's no end to it. There's no job deal involved in this. There's no, we're promising to grow jobs or anything else. It's to keep the jobs they have here in the county. Very straightforward. No embellishment.
Okay, all right. But when you say people, it sounds like you aren't one of those people.
Well, we all supported, going forward with this, but, this was all it was about. I mean, this was not like some other projects where if you support this, jobs come here or there's attracting somebody new. This is moving somebody from Rockledge to downtown Bethesda, and it's really comes down to, do we keep Marriott or do we lose Marriott?
How important is this project to Montgomery County?
Well, this is very exciting. Here's a company that's been in Montgomery County for such a long time that's now renewed an investment once again in Montgomery County to a wonderful site that we're going to celebrate today. They're going to have connectivity, they're going to have proximity to our airports, they're going to have a walkable, culturally rich area that their employees can go to during their lunch hours, after work. It's incredibly exciting for this renewed investment in Montgomery County. You see cranes everywhere in Montgomery County now, and that's very exciting for an economic developer to know that we're creating new jobs. We're keeping companies that are here, but expanding companies that have been here.
When we come back, the county expanded its commitment to green renewable energy this year. Solar panels were installed in several facilities. Plus, historic Glen Echo Park stayed under the county's management this year as part of a partnership with the federal government. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to this end of the year special edition of County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and we're bringing you the stories that made headlines this year. One of those was Montgomery County Parks has installed 2 new solar fields at the South Germantown Recreational Area and Rock Creek Regional Park in Dirtwood. The fields are expected to generate 3.5 million kilowatts a year, which is equal to offsetting the carbon released by 400 homes.
This solar field is one of 2 projects that were just completed on Parkland Montgomery Park system. Combined, the two solar fields are about 2.5 megawatts. They're being used to power up a number of our facilities across the park system. These fields actually came at no cost to the Parks Department. It was done through a power purchase agreement, which is a specialized financing mechanism for these types of projects. Local government entity connects with a third-party company who comes in and provides all the initial capital investment for the installation of the fields, and then they actually own and operate and maintain those fields for a contracted period. The Parks Department then purchases all of that green power, and we're able to apply it to a number of our facilities in our system. These two fields, we're expecting that the generated power is going to offset about or it will cover about 20 to 25% of our total electricity consumption in a year.
And two other county facilities also benefited from the installation of solar panels. The official activation of two advanced microgrids for the public safety headquarters and the correctional facility. The on-site microgrids are clean power generation systems, which permit both buildings to operate independently in the event of a major power outage. It is the 9th solar project completed in the county. Now the public safety headquarters in Gaithersburg and the correctional facility in Boyd's will operate on renewable energy.
The activation of the microgrid system ensures that our public safety headquarters and our correctional facility are prepared for an emergency of widespread grid outages. We have the resilient and sustainable energy necessary to keep these two facilities operational while helping to achieve our aggressive greenhouse gas reduction goals. I'm proud of the work that Montgomery County has done and continues to do on this and other facilities around the county. Key facilities to operate independently of the power grid.
The project was completed through a public-private partnership with Schneider Electric and Duke Energy Renewables, with no upfront costs for the county.
These are nevertheless precedent-setting projects and great achievements for which Montgomery County and the residents of the county should be proud. This particular facility is a 400,000 square foot building that will be running and operating independent of the power grid and be able to survive and sustain power outages for long periods of time. Also, not here, but up the county just a couple of miles is the Montgomery County Correctional Facility, where we have over about 1,000 residents. Rob, is that correct? Plus 1,000 beds, all right? And staff, it's like a small town. And that's what's exciting about these projects, is that they are not only a benefit to Montgomery County residents, but set an example for other municipalities and jurisdictions to follow.
The on-site power generation at these two sites is anticipated to reduce greenhouse gas emissions equal to removing more than 1,400 cars from the road or planting 178,000 new trees. And the county signed a new 10-year agreement with Glen Echo Park. The park is famous for its carousel, Spanish ballroom, arts programs, and civil rights history. It will be managed by both the National Park Service and the county. The local federal partnership benefits the community and protects national history.
This new 10-year agreement will further strengthen the legacy that we have built over the last 15 years. The county's responsibility on the new agreement changes somewhat, and it will expand. It creates a new, streamlined, unified management of the park's programs and maintenance. The county will continue to draw on the talents and energy of the Glen Echo Park Partnership for Arts and Culture for the management of the park.
Coming up on this special edition of County Report this week, this year was goodbye to retiring County Executive Ike Leggett, and we take you to the legacy event that was held in his honor. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to the Best of County Report this week. Our show today highlights some of the stories that touched us in 2018. MCPS middle school students are learning the hard facts of life in a program that puts them in the grown-up world. MCPS TV was there and brings the story.
As part of a new partnership with Junior Achievement of Greater Washington, MCPS 7th graders are spending 3 weeks in their social studies class learning important principles of financial literacy, like saving, investing, and budgeting. Their learning culminates with a trip to Junior Achievement Finance Park at Thomas Edison High School of Technology, where students get to explore the skills that they learned in the classroom. But first, they get to tour the school.
At Edison, we just opened this brand new state-of-the-art facility. Our goal this school year and in the years to come is to allow students the opportunity to experience all our different career pathways so that they truly understand what it means to be career and college ready.
What they get to do here at Finance Park is to apply the skills that they learned in the classroom to a real life experience. So each student actually becomes an adult for the day. We throw some strange things at them. They might be a single, making a lot of money. They could be having 2 kids and single and not making a lot. And they have to successfully balance a family budget based on the random scenario that they're given for the day.
I'm a teacher. I am single. I have 1 child and I earn $29,000.
You use it to support your family, and if you have children, then you need to take money out of your paycheck for them to have clothes and food and to keep a roof over their heads.
With that money, I have to feed my children, shop for my children, and then use it for myself.
We're looking for students to be able to practice the skills that they're going to need in real world when they, graduate from high school or when they graduate from college, and be able to be adaptable and take on the life challenges and have practice within our walls.
At the Music Center at Strathmore, a celebration was held honoring the legacy of retiring Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett and his wife, Catherine.
The Leggett Legacy Forward Gala also served as a scholarship fundraiser for one of Mr. Leggett's most impactful causes, the ACES program, a partnership among MCPS, Montgomery College, and the universities at Shady Grove.
My grandmother's mantra of hard work, education, and a spiritual compass has always guided me. I know firsthand what a game changer this scholarship program can be to the future of all our young men and women.
And current and former ACES students also joined in the celebration.
ACES has helped me as an individual, and one of the key ways of why ACES was established was because of the help of Mr. Ike Leggett and Catherine Leggett.
A highlight of the gala was an array of performances from a variety of artists. And key county, state, and national leaders also paid tribute to the 28 years of service given by Mr. and Mrs. Leggett.
I know for a fact that we're better because of your leadership and your presence. So both personally and professionally, I want you to know that your humility, your intelligence, your kindness, and your compassion inspire and motivate me.
And after more ACES funds were raised to aid the county's historically underrepresented students in higher education, Mr. Leggett took the stage.
But throughout my entire public service, the place that I visited most have been houses of worship throughout Montgomery County and this region. I say that because all of what you've seen on the screen and heard about, I could not do that, accomplish that without the prayers and support of a large number of people who've helped me along the way.
For County Report This Week, I'm Michael Brown.
And with that, we close this special edition of County Report This Week. We will return in 2019 with more of the stories that impact you as a county resident. I'm Lorna Virgili, and from all of us here, We wish you a safe holiday season and a very happy new year.